Peace family, welcome to today's A Deck a Day. If you were present for yesterday's A Deck a Day, then you're seeing a repeat of this deck, the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. And you will understand why, especially if you saw the extended reading and the alignment and the profound alignment and connection that happened with yesterday's reading that developed into that extended reading, which was the first. A very, very intense energy in regards to the channeling. Pamela Coleman Smith, we speak your name, we give thanks for the alignment, for the messages, for the guidance, for your wisdom in the illustrations and in your present presence. As a result, I was very much aligned with her spirit since doing the reading, and listened back as well. You know, had some connections with others that I shared it with, or that, you know, touched base with me after listening, especially after listening to the extended reading. So her energy is very prevalent in my orbit still, and in the orbit of many who were able to connect with her through this reading, or through that reading as well. As a result, much like she wasn't ready to let me go yesterday, today I feel like I'm not ready to let her go. So I'm going to continue with the ancestral alignment with this deck again, with her deck again, and I'll transition uniquely for tomorrow's reading, so stay tuned for that. It will all make sense when the day comes. But pick a pile, pick a piece of Orgonite. We are aligning with the 7 Souls of Ra pendants, chakra alignment, and all 7 stones, different stones aligned with the 7 Souls of Ra, or the chakras, or the rainbow, whatever you align with in regards to the sacred 7. And in all of these pieces, from root to crown, we have red jasper, we have fire agate, we have citrine, we have emerald, we have blue kyanite, we have lapis lazuli, and we have amethyst. I think I said all 7. So, whichever one of these resonate with you, let's see what continuing energy Pamela Coleman Smith has for us today, after yesterday's very, very aligned and intense message. And it would be interesting to see how the messages connect or continue. So if you chose this first 7 Souls of Ra pendant, then your message for today is the Tower. I do believe that the first card yesterday was the 5 of Pentacles, if I'm not mistaken. And when you see cards like the 5 of Pentacles, the Tower, the Death card, the Devil, 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, there's certain cards that you see, 3 of Swords, often the Swords, 7 of Swords. When these cards come through, it's kind of overwhelming, it's kind of daunting, it's kind of like, oh my God, what is that? In a reading this week with the Hoodoo Tarot, if you guys remember, if you saw that reading, we also got the Big House, which aligns with this card, the Tower. So I referred to the Tower when that card came up. And it was about upheaval, it's about drastic change. I did mention as well the lightning striking and fire and things just kind of taking you out of your comfort zone, rock bottom type energy for you to have to rebuild. This is Phoenix rising from the ashes type energy. And it is overwhelming, it is daunting, it is scary. There's no doubt about that. But it is necessary to bring you to the other side. Oftentimes the Tower energy comes through when you are not, when you don't think that you're ready for change. But the ancestors, your angels, you know, the energies that are rooting for you are so rooting for you that they want to try to help you get out of your own way. So they kind of bring that kind of chaotic influx so that you have no choice but to step out of that comfort zone. This is very Oya energy, Orisha Oya, which is, the Orisha of the winds of change that blows through your life and literally feels like it's blowing things apart, like she's blowing things apart. But she's blowing things apart so that you are in that whirlwind of a dance, and then when you stop, you are in a different place, and then you have no choice but to pick up the pieces. And then as you focus on faith over fear, you realize that you would do it all over again for what that new reality is. So it's not anything to be scared of. Again, all of these cards, any card that you get is giving you an indication, a warning, a heads up, in a sense of something that could happen, and that is giving you preliminary things, tips of what you can do to either encourage the outcome if that's what you want, to thwart the outcome, to prepare yourself for that kind of outcome, to support yourself in order to manifest what it is that you want. When we get the Tower card, we are ready for change on a spiritual level, but usually intellectually and mentally, our ego, which is again very based on preserving and protecting us, is not ready. So we do have to rely more on our spirit, and that's where I feel that this is still aligning with her energy and the message that she had yesterday for us, which was very much about fueling our passions and our purpose and living that existence and being sovereign beings. This is letting us know that what's happening in the world right now is a Tower moment, that it is going to be this kind of dark, again, darkest before the dawn type energy. Things are going to get worse before they get better, all of that stuff. Again, this is just prepping us, especially those of us that are willing to fight for our freedom, willing to stand up for what we believe in. We are going to have to fight. It's not going to be pretty, is basically what the Tower energy is saying. And you are built for this, and you are built for it so much so that when the Tower falls, you are going to be the one to help rebuild. So I hope that resonates with you. If you chose this one with the Ankh, 7 Souls of Ra, same crystals in there with some copper. Your message is the Emperor. The Emperor is that leader, that regal energy. When we think of the Emperor, considering the fact that we think of a king status as the top of the line, but when we think of the tarot, there are 4 kings in a deck. There are 4 queens in a deck, but there's only one emperor and there's only one empress. So in the nature of hierarchy, in a sense, the emperor is the emperor, right? The king of, right? There's king of even in a regular playing deck, there's a king of diamonds and the king of hearts, and etc. In the Tower, we've got the king of swords, the king of cups, etc. The emperor is the, meaning the only. And when you think about that kind of leadership, when it comes to that kind of rule, authoritative energy as well, in regards to you deciding, this can be perceived as the powers that be taking on this role of emperor and making these decisions. And then as a result, people have to just kind of follow suit and do what the emperor says, right? He's in charge. Or are you the emperor? Are you the one that's going to say, no, I am the one on my own throne. I am the one that decides. I am a sovereign being, and I'm going to decide this is what it's going to be. These are the choices that I'm going to make for myself and for my family, because it's what I believe in, because this is, again, part of tradition is very much aligned with the emperor energy as well. So it's about what is important to you, what your values are, what your morals are, and how it is that you want to rule your land, rule over your energy, your entity. So align with the emperor energy. Do not succumb to somebody else's emperor status. Let them be the emperor of their own castle, and you be the emperor, empress energy of your own and decide what those rules are and decide what that edict is. So I hope that resonates with you, Emperor vibes. If you chose this one right here, then your message is, we got this yesterday too. Oh my gosh, in the extended. This is our 7 of Pentacles. And actually, I'm trying to remember if I left that. I kept reading actually after what I actually posted. I did continue the reading, so now I'm not sure if this came up in what I shared or if this came up afterwards. But this card definitely came up in the alignment with this whole message of being a master of our craft and having the patience to toil over what needs to be done to perfect things. You know, this is Pentacles energy as well. There was a lot of Pentacles energy in the reading, in the extended reading yesterday. That's about our money and about, you know, health as well as our wealth. So this is a time to take care of ourselves internally and externally. Taking care of ourselves in terms of how we eat, what it is that we're ingesting, what it is that we are exposing ourselves to, our diet. And that's not just diet in terms of food, it's diet in terms of media, in terms of what we're watching, all of these things. And that came through as well yesterday in regards to making sure that we keep our vibration high. And if we're exposing ourselves to things that make us feel bad, then those feelings are going to turn to thoughts, and then those thoughts are going to turn to realities. So we do have to be very, very mindful that we are using our time effectively. Using your time effectively is when you think about your passion, when you think about your craft, when you think about your idea, your business plan, whatever it is, and all of the different stages that you know it's going to take, all of these different stages, right? He's just working on one pentacle right now. He's got to do whatever he's doing here to this one, he's got to do to all of them. That requires consistency, discipline, patience, follow through, thoroughness, all of that. So it's really important, and that's what I feel the message coming through, and again, so aligned with the message that came through and all of the messages that came through yesterday, is just in terms of what needs to be done. This is an action step of what needs to be done. You need to think about that to-do list. That is the I want to-do list. You know, it's so beautiful to think about an I want to-do list, because to-do lists often have a bunch of things on there that are obligations or things that you feel like you have to do. This is the I want to-do list. This energy, everything that is happening in our reality right now, and again, what people are faced up against and feeling like they don't have a choice because they are dependent on somebody else's job or somebody else's rules or somebody else's whatever it is. This is why it's so important for us to be sovereign. This is why it's so important for us to be masterful in terms of our passions and our purpose and our crafts and our hobbies and our talents and how we can monetize them. This is the epitome of the card of monetizing your craft, quite literally. And he is working on his craft, making it as perfect as he can, as consistent as he can. This is in terms of branding, lifestyle branding. This is about, you know, precision in regards to what it is that you're doing, the business plan, the artisan aspect of something, and making it as beautiful as possible, making it, you know, so aligned with who you are in terms of your lifestyle. I refer to what I do as sacred service in all of the different services and products for that reason, because it is aligned with my soul. It's aligned with what I believe is sacred, and I want to put that out there, and I believe that there's a value that it deserves. When you put this kind of work and consistency and follow through in what it is that you do, you deserve to be compensated for that. And the more you put in, the more you should absolutely get out of it. So I hope that resonates. Again, very much aligned with yesterday's reading and extended reading. So I'm giving thanks yet again to Pamela Coleman Smith for her intuition, for her illustration, for her alignment, and for using me in this way. Ever grateful. Peace, y'all. Time to get back to natural.